In today's video, we're going to talk about the flat rate scheme for VAT. What it is, why you would use it, and how it works. So first of all, what is the flat rate scheme for VAT? It's a scheme that was set up to simplify the VAT recording and payment for small businesses in the UK. I say small business because you're only eligible to join if your turnover before VAT is up to but no more than £150,000 in a year. So why would you join the flat rate scheme? Well, it's going to simplify your accounting. It's going to make it easier to calculate and pay over the VAT that you're due. There's an added bonus, and this is actually quite important, that it is possible to actually save money by being on the flat rate scheme. If you do your sums and check it out, you might discover that being on the flat rate scheme, you'll pay less VAT than you would on the standard scheme. More about that later. So how does the flat rate scheme work? As a business, you issue your sales invoices as normal, you charge your customers VAT. But then when you look at the purchases in your business, you ignore the VAT on nearly all purchases that you make. So when you calculate the VAT due, all that you do is you look at your sales invoices, including the VAT, you then go to the HMRC website, and there's a list of rates that you use dependent on the type of business that you're in. So for example, if you're a photographer, the percentage is 11%. So what you would do, you would look at your sales, add the VAT to the net amounts, get to your gross sales value, multiply that by 11%, and it's as simple as that is the amount that you pay over to HMRC. There is one subtle difference. If you spend money on capital items, fixed assets that will be in your business for more than a year, if you make an individual purchase that's in excess of £2,000, and that's £2,000 including the VAT, on the flat rate scheme, you're still able to reclaim that VAT. So let me give you an example. You have a sales invoice and it's £1,000. Under the flat rate scheme, you would charge VAT as normal, so your sales invoice will be £1,200. If you're on the flat rate scheme and you're a photographer, we've already said the percentage is 11%, then the VAT you would be paying over is £1,200 at 11%, which is £132. So in this instance, you have charged your customer £200 VAT and you've got to pay HMRC £132. So initially you think, great, that's a saving of £68. But remember, you're not reclaiming any VAT any longer. So the £68 is to make up for the VAT that you're no longer able to reclaim. So you would save money if the cost that you have, the VAT on these costs, is less than £68. So here's the list of rates which you can find on the HMRC website. Now HMRC have clearly done their homework, looked at the types of businesses and have an idea of the amount of VAT that you would normally be reclaiming. There's one further consideration when choosing the percentage to use for your business. You have to determine whether you're what is called a limited cost business or not. A limited cost business is a business that doesn't spend much money on what HMRC call relevant goods. Now you can find all the details on the HMRC website, but if you spend less than £1,000 or less than 2% of your annual turnover, including VAT, and what's classed as relevant goods, then you have to use the highest percentage, which is currently 16.5%. So you're not supposed to gain or lose on this scheme, but there is the option that you can, and that's often when I would be recommending that you go on the flat rate scheme. So what are the rules for the flat rate scheme? I'll put a link down below to the HMRC website where you can find the full details of the scheme. What I have said is that your turnover must not be over £150,000. If you join the scheme and your turnover increases, provided it remains below 230,000, you can stay in the scheme. If you expect to go over that, then you would have to leave the scheme, and there's 12 months before you can reapply. One further thing about the scheme is, and this is another bonus, in the first year of your VAT registration, the percentage that you use can be reduced by 1%. So looking at our photographer, instead of 11, the percentage would be reduced to 10%. It's the first year of VAT registration, so it's not the first year that you join the flat rate scheme. Applying to join the flat rate scheme is straightforward, and most accounting software, including Xero, will be geared up to cope with the flat rate scheme. I've got 2 further videos. I've got one that explains how the flat rate scheme works in Xero, and a very important second video about looking at if you should choose the flat rate scheme because you will benefit from it. And I'm talking about benefit because you'll pay less VAT on the flat rate scheme. I've created a calculator. It's a Google worksheet where you can estimate your figures for a year and determine whether you will save money or not by being on the flat rate scheme. So that's 2 further videos coming up that you want to check out. 1, the flat rate scheme calculator, and 2, how the flat rate scheme works in practice in Xero. If you like the video, I really appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're interested in my further videos, please subscribe to the channel because there are new videos uploaded every week. If you've got any questions, any comments, put them below and I'll do my best to respond. But until next time, happy Xeroing!